Mike bring you into their world. It's not just chickens and the Angus herd. So take off your boots, relax, and go beyond the ranch.
Hi there, guys, and hi there, gals. Welcome back to Beyond the Ranch. My name is Mike.
I'm Erin.
And this is our first new time episode. We're back to 6 o'clock in the evening here on Sundays, the first and the third Sunday of every single month. Early at like, what, 4 o'clock? It's like dark at 4 o'clock. Early
it was like
dark.
5.
Was it 5?
Well, it was like pretty dark at 5.
Pretty dark at 5. What time was sunset? Like 4:40 something?
I don't know.
It was early. That's all I know. And of course, getting used to daylight standard time.
Yeah.
Getting used to standard time is always a little bit of a trick, but we do appreciate you guys.
Sunset was at 4:46. Last light was at 5:16.
Oh, okay. Look at that. Look at us go. So we do appreciate you guys hanging out with us. I know that Yellowstone premiered right now, actually. So if you're DVRing us or you're DVRing Yellowstone, thank you very much for whichever direction you're spinning.
DVR us.
Well, okay, so we would just automatically save and come back later. Just remember to come back and watch. That's all that matters. So we are back here on the ranch. It's November. Oh my gosh, this year is flying by. Is it moving for you?
Yeah, like through Christmas stays super busy, and then like January and February is like the worst.
Is it?
That's
I don't know.
like they're the months I hate the most. By the time we get to March, like we can see the end of the winter. But it's super busy through Christmas. We kind of take a breather in January. February sucks.
Yeah,
February's the
horrible.
worst. And
March isn't much better. We get like a weird weather break in March usually. Like the weather will warm up to 60 degrees some days in March.
Lots of 50s.
And then April takes a big giant dump on us. So it does, don't feel bad. But yeah. It's weird, some weird weather.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
February sucks though. It's always like 20 below.
It does suck. Why do you have to bring that up? Now I'm like all down. You look really nice tonight.
Thanks.
You look great.
I woke up at 4:30.
You didn't look like this when you woke up.
I didn't look like this 45 minutes ago.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, it's
Yeah, Zach, you're right. February is when cabin fever sets in. I agree. Yeah, because like I start planting in the high tunnel like in March. So yeah, and you kind of start like baby watch the end of March and
baby watch starts and it's if we're calving heifers, we're usually calving them in March, which who knows what's going to happen next year. It's kind of everything's fluid. It's all up in the air. Are you a pumpkin spice person?
I do enjoy some.
This is pumpkin spice season, right? We're coming in, or is that
it's
October?
over.
Oh, we missed it.
It's done.
So it's done?
We're now on to Christmas drinks at Starbucks.
What are they?
Peppermint.
Peppermint. You don't like peppermint though.
I don't.
Yeah. So what do you do instead of cream de mint? No. I was trying to think of something alcoholic.
I like some mint stuff. Like I like mint chip ice cream, but like I don't like overly like mild mint. I don't like peppermint. I hate mouthwash.
Quit drinking it. You're supposed to spit it out.
I do spit it out.
Stop swallowing this stuff.
I do hate mouthwash and like super minty toothpaste and stuff.
Yes. And gum.
Minty gum, no.
Yeah.
Not my thing.
You want to see Erin jump, give her some minty gum. I got to turn off my phone because I'll get alerts throughout the entire night. So as we get started here
Did you
this
want
evening,
to start the...
I did. I figured we'd get started with drinks because that's usually the good way to do it. The bar is now open, and this week Erin's trying something new for us because it is pumpkin. It's not pumpkin season. We missed the boat, but
we have the Bud Light Seltzer fall
pack.
Edition. We don't.
Do they have a winter pack?
They did last year.
Oh, really?
There was
I
a mint.
just got that. Why did I get the fall pack?
Because I don't think the winter one's out yet.
Oh, and fall one was on sale because snow.
We still got a summer one too. I had you pick up a summer one because I liked the summer one.
Right. So there's what, 4 flavors in here?
Yeah.
Pumpkin spice, flannel. Is it really
We'll get
flannel?
to them later. Let's try
we're
this.
gonna do this one at a time?
Yeah.
Okay, you get started on that.
You try it first.
Really?
Yeah. Do you want?
Does anybody remember the Life cereal commercials with Mikey Likes It? Hated that guy as a kid.
Mike
Hated
doesn't-
those commercials too.
You don't like seltzer, so.
No, but I do.
I'm going to make you try it.
It's pumpkin-y. It's not horrible.
You don't think seltzer's horrible, but it's not your.
I can't drink. No, this is a problem. I can't drink seltzer without you making fun of me and saying that I'm drinking a spritzer.
Ooh, it is pumpkin-y.
It's pumpkin-y, yeah. So, yeah.
I don't make fun of you for drinking You had a whiskey spritzer.
See? You're laughing. I don't make fun of you. Point. And
So
laugh.
we have a soda stream because sparkling water is my preference for beverage most of the time.
Right.
And so you had a whiskey.
I should probably put something in
Yeah,
there.
put something in there. And then, you carbonated some water.
Well, we didn't have any Sprite, so I was like, well.
So you had a whiskey spritzer. Right? What else would you call it?
Whiskey and water.
Carbonated water?
This is carbonated water
No, that's soda.
with
That is
lemon
different.
lime. But what you drink is soda. Isn't a seltzer a soda? It should be.
It's not.
If it's not, whiskey sours are actually really good. I can drink those way too fast, though. I have to do something to slow myself down. Not
This
that I
isn't
have
a-
that problem, but I do. I'm thirsty, so I can't help it.
Do you want some more pumpkin?
No, you can have that. But
not
you're
bad.
gonna by the time we get through 4 of these, you're gonna be trashed. So.
Well, I can't drink the whole thing.
Just to warn you. Guys, I got to tell you, over the last month or so, or probably since our last live stream, we have had a great month on our Wyoming Life. We've had almost 10,000 new subscribers to the channel, which is amazing, and I want to thank you guys for being a huge part of that, because what happens is you guys, which we consider, our family, our base core audience, you guys actually get the ball rolling with a lot of stuff. So when you guys all come in and watch a video, you make it happen. You guys did it with the snowfall video, you did it with the vlog that came afterwards, the snow cleanup, and you did it with the unfortunate incident with the calf with the broken leg. So thank you guys for being there and doing that for us. If you are new here and this is your first time here at the live stream, feel free to give us a wave, shout out, and we'll be happy to welcome you to our weird little circus that happens here on the first and third Sunday of every single month. Bigfoot Country Lawn Care Plus, $20 super chat.
Thank you.
Thanks for the low stress, enjoyable content.
You're welcome.
Maybe low stress for you, but man, try being on this side of the camera. Sometimes the
differ.
stress is incredible, especially with like the last couple videos, just because they are those kind of videos where it's like YouTube could knock us out of the water, especially that one with the calf with the broken leg. When we started filming that, and I was actually filming the vlog when we started filming it, and I think Erin said, are you filming this? And I said, yeah. And I said, actually, I'm going to make it a whole episode instead of just the vlog. But what was the first thing you said?
Can't monetize it.
Don't monetize it.
Yeah.
If we put a dollar sign on it, which basically allows YouTube to run ads in front of it, they still run ads in front of it. They don't care. But
They run less ads.
they run less ads,
Yeah.
and advertisers can say, hey, I don't want to be on anything controversial. The problem is if we say that we run ads on it, we monetize the video, and then YouTube blasts it, it kills the video altogether.
Yeah, so usually somebody will flag it as, it doesn't always happen.
Big scary stuff.
Yeah, but it can get, oh, we missed another super chat because you were scrolled up. It can get flagged as undesirable content or a number of
Scary.
things. Yeah, and then if it's monetized, like then they say that monetization and the suggested algorithm are two separate things, but we've found that to be very
Bullshit. Sorry, gosh, it's just me.
Every time we have a video that gets demonetized, like the bull videos, breeding videos, they always get demonetized. Pulling calves, they get demonetized.
You know why I got a thing from YouTube. You know why they demonetize those videos?
Because they're gross?
No, because they think I'm giving advice, veterinary advice to people, and I'm basically showing people what we do. I'm not saying you need to go do it, but they think I'm telling somebody how to do something, and then that puts liability on us and on YouTube.
So we do better in the algorithm if those videos don't ever get monetized. We don't make any money off of them, but they bring new people to the channel, and so we hopefully make money that way.
Yeah,
But
and that's what's happening. Road Toad, thank you very much for
Thank
the
you.
$50 super chat with the lemon head and the lime head. What is that, a lime?
it's a lemon lime. to
Lemon
go with
lime.
your-
Oh, the Sprite. Gosh, you guys are so smart and clever. Takes me a while to catch up. All right, some people need to grow a set. No doubt. Now, we are going to be taking questions throughout the evening, and I do appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We do have a theme for tonight, and that is back in time, not only because we set the clocks back, but also we went and raided through some old photo albums and pulled up a bunch of pictures for you guys that we're going to show you guys tonight as we take a step back in time and take a look at our lives before YouTube, our lives before each other, and some other fun stuff. We're going to keep on trying out the Bud Light Seltzer, but not only our lives, not only our channel, not only Mike and Erin, but also I went and did some good old-fashioned B&E.
Would you quit?
Why, you don't like that?
Yeah, you're
good old-fashioned B&E, breaking and entering, and went through some of our moderators' photo albums as well. So we've got some pictures of our moderators from way back when, as we kind of drag them along with us back in time also. So our moderators here with us tonight, Matt Fensel from Chicago, Illinois, William Dunn from Cheyenne, Wyoming. We've got Zach Hewitt from Elizabethtown, is that right? Colorado. Bill Nyberg, Bill the Tractor Man, who I can't remember the name of the town that Bill is in, but I'm not sure if Bill is here or not. I haven't seen his name pop up. And Lori Habel, who is in Michigan. What's the name of the town? Lori, help me out, because I can't remember it now. But Lori is back in Michigan. So those guys are going to be playing along with us tonight as we kind of take some time and step back and take a look at some old photos and some stories that go along with them. Are you done with that pumpkin thing yet?
I mean, it's not empty.
Do you want to move on to the next one, or do you want to answer some questions?
I don't care. We'll try the next one at,
there's Bill.
15 after.
Miltona. I knew it.
No, you didn't.
I didn't, honestly. I was thinking, he's in Minnesota. I keep on, every time I'm thinking of Minneapolis, because it was an M. But I knew it wasn't Minneapolis, so, yeah.
I don't know how to say that town, Lori.
Charlevoix, maybe? It's French.
Yeah.
They're in the French town.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, Road Toad, Wyoming, Michigan. Hey, that's awesome. I actually have a guy that I've talked to who's actually a police officer in Wyoming, Michigan. Got a hold of me at one point. And I think, if I remember right, he sent us some patches for the kids also. So.
And James Turner wants to know whatever happened to our mead drink. We bottled it, and you can purchase it at Big Lost Meadery's website. I don't know if there's any left yet, in all honesty.
Yeah, you'd have to search for that. Big Lost Meadery.
I don't know what their website is.
Google knows.
Yeah. I don't know if there's any left. We put it on sale months ago. We talked about it during the live stream. And if you follow the nonprofit Edible Prairie Project on Facebook, it was announced there.
Cool.
So I think it was probably even in our newsletter.
Probably. At some point.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, what do you want to do?
I don't know. You got 2 minutes, so I'm going to try the next one.
2 minutes until we're going to try the next one at quarter after. We got 2 minutes. All right, so we're going to start out. We're going to go back and dig into. Should we start out with my photo album and start out with that one?
Why don't you just start at the top
because they're all out of order.
I know, but you're going to forget.
All right, so Bill the Tractor Man. Let's start there. Bill has been a moderator almost since the very beginning.
They all have been pretty much since the beginning. We haven't added a new moderator.
No common sense at all whatsoever. But one of the things that's interesting about Bill is Bill has his own channel on YouTube, and he restores old tractors, does all kinds of cool stuff with old lawn tractors and that kind of thing. So as we take a look at some of his pictures that we confiscated from his house, see, look at that. John Deere and a cow, little kid on a tractor. Nothing wrong with that. Looks like he's pulling something through the snow. Not exactly sure what he's doing there. I was going to say he was cutting hay in that one, but it looks like they're loading something up in the back of the trailer. And, of course, a horse guy. So if you do watch his channel, he does a lot of horse content as well. And I think there's another one with some of that wonderful stuff. What's that called again?
I don't know.
We used to have that. It's called Hay. That's right. Yeah, we used to have that. So thank you, Bill, very much for allowing us to take people. And you know, honestly, Bill looks pretty much the same as he did when he was a little kid. Some people do that. Like they look exactly the same way they did when they were 6 months old. Like they age, obviously, but the features all stay the same. Some people, though, and we're going to show you one of these later on here, like we didn't know who it was. Looking at the picture, we were like, okay, he's one of them. But we're gonna catch up with those a little bit later. Thank you, Bill, for letting us show those pictures. What do you got there?
Apple crisp.
Apple crisp. Do I have to try this one first?
Yeah.
Too?
Do you want my lip gloss on the can? Good
Good
point.
point. Yeah.
See, I'm helping you out. Thanks, Zach, for putting up the website to Big Lost Meadery.
Well, that's pretty good too.
Yeah, the apple one's good.
How do you know?
I've had the apple one.
You cheated?
I haven't had the pumpkin one. I've had
She
the
cheated.
apple, and I've had the green one, the maple pear.
Is that one any good?
Yeah.
All right. There you go. It's
Thanks.
good. You already know. So
Well, it's fine. I'll drink it.
that one should have been mine then.
I'm gonna guess this is probably the best one out of the box.
What's the other one? Well, we'll get to that one. The
I
flannel.
think it's marshmallow.
Flannel.
They're all flannel.
No, I mean it tastes like flannel. Flannel flavored. Alrighty. Let's see. Who do we got here hanging out with us that I haven't seen before? Any new names that you don't notice that you don't notice that you do notice? Me A. That's relatively new. I don't think I've seen that one before. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. Scrolling back here, and Rona Mallard. There you go. Thank you for coming. Larry's here. Larry Parrish. He's an old-time viewer. Of course, Dr. Dixon here also, along with Julie Dixon. And one other thing that I do want to point out is the Patreon supporters. This month has been crazy for Patreon supporters coming in. You can actually support our Wyoming Life for as little as $1 a month. You get bonuses for doing so, depending on what tier you support us at. But we have a ton of new Patreon supporters that I want to make sure that get their credit this month. John Paul Henry, Linda Lambe, Roger Oakes, Nick Getsky, Wendell Hamilton, Peter Chambly, Burr Country Adventure, Janet Dupree, and Ken and Shannon Reamer. Thank you very much, guys, for supporting us through Patreon. And
Yes,
also,
thank
if you are really interested in buying beef, when we get that all set up on the website, we will open that up to Patreon members first. Kind of a soft opening to see if we blow up the system or what happens.
You guys all need to have some patience about the beef. Just a little patience would be great.
It's been a little rough here lately.
There's so much stuff to do on our end before it's like we're not close to being done.
I'm trying. I'm really trying.
And there's still no dry ice.
Yeah, that's kind of a problem.
So, yeah, we're working on it, but yeah, it's there's just a lot to do.
There is. Barry L, first live stream from Florida, and John C. Pepper, first live stream. Also, Brad N from Rigby, Idaho. We've been there, haven't we? When we were vacation in Idaho, where were we? That was years ago. I don't remember.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Where did we go? It was right on the Wyoming border.
I can't remember the name of the town for the life of me.
It's not Twin Falls, Idaho Falls.
Did we go to Idaho Falls?
Yeah.
Okay, we went to Idaho Falls.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is since we've been doing our Wyoming Life since 2017, January of 2017, obviously life has become a little bit of a blur. Like I can't keep track. We made a video about it. I know that. I can go back and look at it. The other day I was trying to figure out a cow's number, and I was like, I got to go back and find the video and see how that cow is doing. And I put together a few little pictures that take us through the last 4 years on YouTube, and a very basic kind of look at this. And one of our moderators, Matt Fensel, helped me out with this. But remember way back in the beginning, we posted one video, and the very next day we had 1,500 subscribers. Mm-hmm. And I posted a deal on Facebook, I think, which was this, and basically said, thank you for 1,500 subscribers. Very basic. Didn't even have our picture on it. Like, we weren't even interested. It's not about us. It's about our Wyoming Life. As we moved on through the entire thing, things changed, and somewhere along the line, we decided that we were going to start live streaming. And of course, we're still doing that. But our very first live stream took place right down in our. Where was the first one? The living room?
Probably in the living room, yeah.
Yeah. I think Matt made this, or Dennis Brown. I can't remember who made this, but this was after our first live stream. This got sent to me, and I was like, really? Like, I think it's Johnny Carson. I think, but I'm not exactly sure. Looks a lot like Erin. It didn't take us very long, and we actually hit 50,000 subscribers while doing a live stream, just like this one, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
That was fun. And 100,000, same thing. I think people unsubscribe and resubscribe, trying to get that. And then, of course, our 100,000
No, it's not even unwrapped.
It's not. I don't know why it's not unwrapped. That was weird. It's up on the wall though. And then if you remember this guy grew out of the live streams also, and that's the Armchair Rancher, who has since been in the wind, but maybe would be coming back at some point. I don't exactly know. So that seems like a long time ago.
Yeah.
50,000 subscribers, and we were still doing live streams on the Wyoming Life channel. We hadn't split off yet.
Yeah.
I don't remember when we did that, but
I could not tell you.
it was many moons ago, trust me. So definitely things have changed over the last few years. You look much less like, who was Johnny Carson's sidekick? What was his name? Ed McMahon. You look nothing like Ed McMahon. So thank you very much for that. Manny Amato asked if we could please explain the dry ice and fertilizer connection. Do you want to take that really quick?
Yeah, liquid CO2 is a byproduct of fertilizer production. Fertilizer production is down due to, I think, mostly trucking prices is what we had read. I think there's also some supply chain issues too. And so not as much fertilizer is being produced, therefore not as much liquid CO2 is being produced. So
there you go.
Yeah. It is what it is, guys.
Yeah, and honestly, like we have, I think 4 places in town we can get dry ice. Dry ice comes here from Salt Lake City now. It used to come from Denver, now it's coming from Salt Lake City. And nobody knows when it's going to be in. It's kind of a hit or miss thing. So we may be in the situation, even when we start selling beef online, we can say, hey, we're going to ship it as soon as we can. But it may not ship that next week based on, what kind of dry ice we can get.
And we have contacted the company and tried to just get a cooler so that we could essentially be like a distributor. Like we could retail sell it in the farm store, and they won't even set us up an account until January.
Yeah, because of that shortage.
Yeah.
So Bigfoot Country Lawn Care Plus, not stress-free for you, but thanks for keeping the politics out of it. Nice video on the freezer beef. My wife is now looking for a half a beef. Good info. $10 super chat. Thank you very much. We are... really lucky to be in the situation that we're in and to have enough freezers to cram all that beef into.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So many questions about freezers.
I know, right? Freezers are good. Freezers are good to have, trust me. We had one today that was, well, what if the power goes out? And Erin said, just don't open the freezer. Leave the freezer closed and you're good to go.
Yeah, those freezers will stay frozen, especially if they're full. And we try and keep them full. If we get a freezer that's getting low, like we'll shuffle things around. If we can turn off a freezer and not run it, like we will do that. We've had the shop sometimes will pop a breaker. So you tend to check freezers. We check every couple days. The ones in the garage I look at every time I'm in the garage. But even if we've popped a breaker, like as long as the freezer's full, even in summertime, they'll stay frozen for 24 hours. The power doesn't go out here very often. No. I know in other parts of the country and stuff where you guys have a lot of trees and like extreme weather, you guys will lose power for days. We've lost power for 6 hours, I think is about the longest we've ever been without power. I
remember, was it our first year here? I can't remember, but I had to run a generator for a day.
No, not even that long.
Didn't I?
By the time you set it up,
power came back on.
It was a few hours, like 4 or 5 hours, I think, and the power was back on. And that was in a major spring blizzard. So we're super fortunate that our power grid is pretty stable here. Wind is the biggest problem.
We don't have trees to fall on the power lines.
We don't have anything. Yeah, we don't have anything to fall on the power lines. So, we very rarely lose power. So we don't need a backup generator. We have a couple,
but we haven't ever really had to use them.
Yeah, so we're good. We just leave them closed. Mm-hmm. If it's wintertime, it's probably below freezing. So most of the time we lose power in the winter. Sometimes with a thunderstorm we'll lose power, but again, just for a few hours. Yep. So.
Russ Meredith asked if we ever thought about using nipples for the water on the pigs. That's what we've used exclusively in the past. They tend to freeze up sometimes. So hopefully this new water that we have with the dish will work for that. We put a heater.
I don't even know what you've got going on with pig water.
You should have watched the video.
I should have.
Let's see.
Yeah, power to go out when somebody hit the pole across the road. But
oh yeah, that did happen.
They came and set a new pole, and we had power back within like 2 hours.
Yeah, it didn't take long.
My mom blew a transformer on her pole. It was fixed within a couple hours.
Yeah. Pretty quick on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they are. they're super fast about getting stuff fixed. So
before we get to our next Bud Light seltzer, let's take a dig back into the photo albums. This time, I managed to find one of Erin's old photo albums, and I thought we'd take a look at the Erin of yesteryear. That's a cute little picture. Now, do you know when this is from, or how old you were?
No, I mean, it's a birthday party, obviously.
Is it your birthday party?
I have no idea.
I like the shirt, the belly shirt. You don't wear that shirt anymore. You should wear that. I like it. That's Erin, of course. Is that your graduation picture?
Yeah, that's my senior picture. Look, I had such short hair.
Yeah, you did. You had short hair. And after graduation, what'd you do? Oh, you went and visited Anheuser-Busch.
Where did you find this?
That's Erin at the Anheuser-Busch Budweiser factory somewhere with her friend. I just forgot her name.
With Erica.
With Erica. Thank you, Erica, for the picture there.
Oh, did you text Erica?
Yeah. And of course, we have one more picture. Now, we couldn't figure out which birthday this was from, but this is Erin's birthday at a Mexican restaurant in North Dakota. What is it called?
Oh, at Paradiso?
Paradiso in North Dakota. And I love this picture because we're able to move on from this picture to just a couple years ago when Erin had her birthday party at another Mexican restaurant, this time with 3 kids, but unfortunately the same dang hat. And she's just as thrilled to be having a little margarita. Yeah, there's post-margarita. Make me wear the damn hat.
You know, the girls had lice once.
Okay.
And that's like a traumatizing experience.
Oh, that's why you don't like the
Yeah,
hats?
no, I don't.
But you didn't worry about it when you were 21 years old.
I didn't have to comb lice for 2 months.
Isn't it amazing how having kids changes your whole perspective on everything?
It took forever to get the lice out of Grace's head. Months. I even got a prescription to kill the dang lice, and it did not kill the lice.
Really?
You don't remember the lice debacle?
I remember the lice, yeah.
It took forever.
I didn't get it. I mean, I must be naturally immune.
I didn't get it either, but I had the sympathy itches. That was a rough time in our lives, the lice debacle.
Yeah, I could only imagine.
So yeah, I don't like it when anybody makes me wear stupid hats that are not mine. We used to go back. Zach had a comment about continuing the power discussion. Zach said, if I lose power, I'm more concerned about my well pump not running. Yeah, that, like, we've lost our well for close to 2 days, maybe 2.5 days. When you were at World Egg Expo, it was.
Oh yeah.
It was really a good 48 hours that we had no well. That's awful. So yeah, I think the worst is always that, like, yeah, you've got one, because we don't have water. So unlike if you live in town, you probably still have water. If the power goes out, we have no water.
We have no water. Yeah.
So we can live without power, but water sucks.
One thing we're going to have to learn to live without, not only water, but is Jeff. If you caught today's video, you found out that Jeff is going to be leaving the ranch for a few months as he heads home back to California to spend some time with family, possibly even doing a little traveling of his own over the holiday break. We're cutting him loose so that he can go and do that. He's not very happy about it, but he'll warm up to the idea of being away from the ranch. Trust me, and there's not a whole lot going on here over the holidays. We do a lot of feeding. Depends on weather, though. I mean, what we're going to be doing over the next couple months. Of course, we'll be bringing you guys along for that. But that leads us right into Jeff's photo album. Actually, no, hold on. Before we get there, we need another seltzer. Another flannel.
Another flannel. I think this one's going to be gross.
Oh, this one. What is this? Marshmallow? Toasted marshmallow. Whoever decided to make toasted marshmallow beer, basically.
It's not beer.
It's kind of like beer. It's 5% alcohol. Wow. And 100 calories.
Only 100 calories.
Wow. All right. Let's see. You know, honestly, if you had the other 3 and then you had this one, you probably wouldn't mind.
But if you had that one first?
If you had this one first, you'd be like, okay, I'm going to just quit drinking altogether. You should try it. It's not, it's
oh, it doesn't smell good. Did you smell it?
You're not supposed to smell it. Yeah, that doesn't smell good.
I guess there's always a sacrificial one that sucks.
It's like the grapefruit one. Come on, you can do
I
it.
can smell it. It doesn't smell good.
I'm sure at the Anheuser-Busch factory you drank worse than this. So
I wasn't 21 when I went to the Anheuser-Busch thing.
Oh.
So I didn't get to drink it all.
really,
Yeah.
poor kid.
Actually, I think the smell is worse than the
If you
seltzer.
can move past that.
It's not horrible.
Yeah, yeah.
Apple's better. Pumpkin's better.
If you were going to rank them, these three,
This was number 1.
what's
Apple.
that? What's that one? Apple. Okay.
Pumpkin's number 2. Marshmallow number 3.
A distant number.
But there's another one still too.
There is another one to come. But right now we're going to go back in time and check out Jeff's photo album, if I can find my mouse here. And moving right along. Now, Jeff, born and raised in California, San Francisco area, just south of San Francisco. I'm not sure what's going on here, but luckily for us, we have Jeff just sitting over here off to the side. So, Jeff, can you explain to me what's happening here in this picture?
I don't have it yet.
Oh, you don't have it? Well, come over here. Come over here by me.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be done by the time he gets here.
No, I paused it. Okay.
Easter at church.
Easter at church. How old were you?
Must have been 7 or 8.
Which one are you?
The middle one.
Okay, there's 2.
There's always, he's the old guy on the left. This one is a family picture along Sam and Connie and your other sister, Carrie, and your mom,
Terry.
Terry.
Terry with
Terry.
a T.
Carrie. And my mom, Dorothy.
Dorothy. You're kind of stealing the show there in the middle, though. What's happening?
That's a family portrait.
It's a family portrait. That's all there is to it. A few years later, Jeff grew up and got himself a giant collared shirt. I don't know if this thing is like a pirate shirt, man.
This was the 70s.
It was the 70s.
Think John Travolta.
Okay, we'll blame it on the 70s. Do you have braces?
Yeah.
Had braces. Here he is with another very slick houndstooth jacket and a what kind of pick is that? A Chevrolet?
That's a 63 Chevy.
63 Chevy and a whole mess of kids.
That's my parents' grandkids.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say, are these all your kids? Like, what is happening here? No wonder you're hiding out in Wyoming. Moving right along, we take a look at Jeff around Christmas time. Now, this is Jeff playing Santa to the grandkids. He still claims to not like the holidays, but if you dress up as Santa, you've got to like the holidays just a little bit. And then, of course, as we move along here, we get to check out Matt along with his wife Loretta, and
Matt's wife Loretta.
I'm sorry, Jeff along with Loretta. And see this, it's these drinks. You're doing this to me. And this was at the very first Ranch Roundup back in 2000.
And Matt.
And Matt.
Yeah.
Matt, Jeff, Loretta, Ranch Roundup 2019. Correct?
Yeah,
Is that 19?
sure. Yeah.
I think it was 19.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with 19.
Yeah.
So Jeff actually has a birthday coming up here before too long, and he hits another milestone.
You shouldn't discuss his
Not
age.
too happy about that one either. The only reason is somebody asked if they were close to Jeff's age, and I'm sure a lot of people are. So the 70s were
I'm sure a lot of people are.
rough people.
A lot of people are close to everybody's age.
Exactly. So that's well, love Jeff as Santa. See, look at that.
What are dirty mothers?
You guys need to drink Dirty Mother. Those are delicious. Apparently, they don't sound delicious, but
What is that?
I'm guessing it's a drink of some sort. Oh, Jeff will be like 60 in January.
Well, he outed himself.
Yeah, it's a tough life. It's a tough life. So what do you have coming up on the ranch, by the way, as we move into November? What happens in Erin's life in November? You got gardens, you still have gardens producing.
I know,
like crazy.
It's we had that snow, but I picked broccoli and cauliflower from the outside garden this week, and it hasn't been covered. A lot of it was actually underneath the snow, and it was fine. And even the stuff that wasn't under the snow, it's still like it grew.
It grew under the snow. It was like, oh, this is nice.
So yeah, I still picked a bunch of stuff from the outside garden. I picked some turnips, I picked some kohlrabi, I picked broccoli and cauliflower. There's still beets out there that I need to harvest. I need to make pickled beets. I only have 4 cases of jars, so that's all we're gonna get.
The jar shortage thing is still happening?
Yeah, I can't find any in town right now, and I could order them, but the shipping is expensive, so we're just gonna go with what we have. And I do have some that people brought back, so I don't reuse jars a lot because we sell most of the product that I can. So
People don't bring jars back.
Not very often, so I'm not able to if I was just for canning for ourselves, I would just need lids, but yeah, and Jeff did find some at Smith's for super expensive. I'm not gonna buy jars for $15 a dozen when they cost $8 to $10. So, yeah, I need to do that. Farm store will be open through Christmas, and then we'll take a little break and be closed. I don't know. I should be ambitious and make some pies for Thanksgiving, but
I have a lot of people asking us if we have turkeys. Is there a bird shortage in the U.S. also?
I don't think so. I mean, I would get my stuff early just in case.
Yeah, no doubt.
I did maybe hear that there was going to be a turkey shortage. I don't know. There's a shortage of everything.
Plan accordingly. Buy gift cards.
Buy your stuff early.
Yeah. It's been a gift card Christmas. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
No, not at all. Brenda Gillespie. How do you pronounce that? Gillespie?
Gillespie.
Gillespie. Birthday is actually today. Well, happy birthday,
Happy
Brenda.
birthday.
We're all stuck on Jeff's birthday.
Jeff's birthday's not until January.
I know. Settle down, people. Another one of our moderators that's been around for quite a while is Lori Hable, and if you've actually been in trouble at Livestream, she's probably the one that brought the hammer down on you. Lori has been a loyal subscriber almost since the very beginning, and was brought on board by Matt Fensel, who is our lead moderator, to basically give him a break. He decided it was all too much work, and he decided to bring all you moderators online so that he could sit back and just enjoy the live streams. Sorry, Matt, it's the truth. So we have one picture from Lori, whose house unfortunately was actually, it actually burned down a few years ago, and the only picture that she was able to save from the fire of Lori as a little one is this one. So Lori, thank you very much for allowing us to share this picture. Obviously a very happy little kid. Got the belly shirt on thing too. See,
such a cute baby.
I know. all these young kids running around with their bellies hanging out. Must have been dinner time or something like that. So thank you very much, Lori. We do appreciate it, and thank you for all that you do to help us out here on the channel as well. So we've got a few more moderators still to get through. We've got Matt Fensel on the way. Of course, Zach Hewitt, which you want to stick around for that. If you've ever met Zach, who's been at he's been at every ranch roundup. We've never actually had him on the live stream, but you can see in his little icon picture there on the side, very cowboyish type of guy. We have some pictures that are really going to blow that out of the water. William Dunn also coming up as we take a look into his photo album, mine as well, and then of course yours and mine also as we grew up together. Because really, a few years ago we were a lot younger than we are now. I think YouTube ages you or something. I'm not sure what exactly.
Children and lice ages you also.
And children and lice or life?
Lice.
Lice, both life and lice seem to age us quite fast. So as for the ranch, Erin gave you her update on what's coming up in the gardens and on the farm store side. And of course, you have some baking to do. You're baking today.
Yeah, I baked a bunch of caramel rolls, cinnamon rolls, and orange rolls. Yep. So I'm trying to get caught up on that because it's been pretty much neglected for...
When was the last time you baked?
I baked some a few times this summer, and I do big batch baking and put stuff in the freezer that freezes well. And I did a few things this summer, but it's always at the bottom of the priority list. So I don't think I've had caramel rolls since May.
Probably since Matt was here last.
I don't think I had any when Matt was here. So yeah, it's been a while. So summer is tough.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Coming up for on the ranch side of things, we've got preg checking on the way. where we go through and check and see who's pregnant and who's not. The ones that aren't pregnant will be leaving the ranch. The ones that are pregnant will be staying. Of course, we'll be sorting off calves, weaning calves, and getting them ready for shipment to auction as well. We'll be going through and picking out which steers we're going to keep for the farm store. As we start shipping beef and doing more of that kind of stuff, we have to pick the cream of the crop to be able to offer online to you guys also. That's another thing that's really big on my list, is getting the website set up for online beef sales also. Not only do we have to do the dry ice and packing and all this kind of stuff, is the website has to be done, and it's a lot. It's a giant pain in the. I am kind of a website person. Like I know just enough to get myself in trouble.
You do all of our website, the store and everything. Like, yeah. I mean, we've learned how to do it as we went. As we went, yeah. And like, I don't do any of the design stuff, but like I can run the back end pretty well. Mm-hmm. I can update some inventory. I can check out an order status. But yeah, we do our own website. It saves us a ton of money, the fact that we can do our own website, but it's time consuming. Yeah. It's good winter.
It is good
work.
Winter stuff.
Yeah.
It makes for horrible content though. Hey, we're gonna sit down and update the website today. People would be like, out. Update on the cows. Well, there's not much going on with the cows right now, Mark. Cows are pretty much just doing cow stuff. If you do check out the webcam and the goat cam, which is now available as well, cows are pretty much hanging out. They do have days, though, where they seem to be more insistent. We're feeding them about every third, fourth day, something like that. We're giving them a bale.
Depends on their behavior.
Yeah, they do. Like this morning, they wanted fed. They were insistent. They were right here at the house yelling at us from about, 6 o'clock on. I mean, they were loud.
And yesterday they were up in the hayfield that they have only been in for a few days, and they were totally fine. And they haven't made it to the back side of the hayfield yet. Like, they were close.
Yeah, I think they've kind of moved throughout the hayfield a little bit, but
not much. Like, they haven't disappeared over the hill much yet.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's still grass for them. They're just being lazy.
Susan asks, we're hoping to purchase some beef and pork for Christmas gifts. Any idea? ETA. Hopefully here, within the next couple of weeks is kind of what we're hoping to be able to roll it out. Kind of.
The problem is the dry ice. So we can get our end up, but if we can't get dry ice, we can't get it to you guys. So
yeah, that's kind of the tough part. I think I mentioned in the video, but we had some fish that was shipped to us from Seattle, and it was overnighted, and it was thawed by the time it got to us with just the cold pack. So.
Yeah, and
we need the dry ice. Yeah. We definitely need that, or else shipping is going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, if we have to overnight everything, you guys are going to pay $100 for shipping to most parts of the country.
Yeah, and like that's the whole reason we haven't been shipping up until this point, because it's just been insane price-wise. Judy asked, how's the what's the update on the truck? Did they decide to total it? We haven't talked about this.
No, they haven't. They're not going to total it. But so when I did my claim, they asked like what the damage was and stuff, and so they thought it was going to be totaled because of the age and the mileage of the vehicle, and so it was actually towed to Casper, to a State Farm is our insurance, to a State Farm facility. So it's in Casper. And then there was some confusion with claims department and my local office. I don't know. We got it straightened out last week, so it's supposed to be on its way back from Casper to a repair shop here. I don't know if it's...
They could still total it out. Didn't they say that, like...
Yeah, so the problem is of course, like, we're pretty close to the line of them totaling it. So if the body shop finds more damage than what the claims department did, then we'll have to deal with it. So
for those that don't know, Erin hit a deer with the Yukon, which is her basic, daily driver kind of thing. And but what we've done, because the Yukon is gone, and we had the pickup, we did pull the Firebird out of mothballs and had to put new tires on it, get a new battery for it. What else do we have to do?
Battery.
I think that was
it. The trunk doesn't work.
Well, yeah, I ordered new struts for the trunk, so the trunk will stay up. So
the window doesn't roll down.
Oh yeah, I got a new window thing. I got to put that in. So we're back to the Firebird as our secondary. So
yeah.
Somebody just said there's a dog over by the goats. Was
not
it our
anymore.
Dog? No, not anymore. It's a wonderful thing about having cameras. I get a funny story about the goat camera. If you haven't watched the goat camera on our website, you can check it out by just clicking on webcams. But the other day I went in to check the goats. Now there's a microphone on that camera, so you can hear us when we're over there, which is probably not a good idea at all. But you can. So I was over there with the goats, and I realized that the goat door was closed. And now usually it's open during the day, but there's a bungee strap that holds it open. So one of the goats had closed the door. So I was just kind of talking to myself, but I knew I was talking to the camera. I knew people were watching, and I was interrogating the goats about who let the goats out, who locked the goats in, and I didn't know who did it. So anyway, I opened up the door, I relatched it, did the bungee cord thing, came back in the house, and I had an email waiting for me from Australia where somebody said the big goat did it. I was like, geez, somebody saw the goat do it. Yoda, who's now our new addition to the goat family, she's the. You never wonder what the little goats think when you bring in a giant goat? They're just like, could you imagine if all of a sudden, like, somebody who was like 12 feet tall moved into our house? You'd be like, okay, this is not right. I don't know if
they seem to be doing okay.
I think there was a power struggle for a while.
Yeah, it seems to be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Jackie Boy the little ones just want to be held. They're such babies. Mm-hmm. And they're so fat. And we cut back on their grain, and they're still just.
They're chubby.
And we Googled it the other day. We're just like, should they have free access to hay, or like, do we need to limit it?
Because are we overfeeding these things? Yeah.
And I mean, at most websites, most people said you give them free access to hay all the time, but man, they are fat.
It's rough. We're going to take another look at another photo album here in just a moment. We got a really quick question and answer, and then we're going to get on to what is this?
Maple pear.
Maple pear. What are your thoughts on the group of producers, ranchers opening a processing plant? More power to them. Obviously, it's not a local processing plant for us. Doesn't help us out a whole lot, but being able to take control of your industry is great. I think one of the problems they're going to run into being a big processing plant is they're going to run into kind of the same problems that the other processing plants. Where do you sell your beef to?
Yeah, so I've watched a few. I've read a few articles that are kind of criticizing, not like in a.
Oh, I don't like that.
Not in a horrible way, but just they're being
syrup.
Somewhat critical of it, and just they're going to have a lot of meat that they're going to have to move, and so are they going to be able to have access to big retailers in order to move that product? Is Walmart or Safeway or Costco going to want to contract with them, and can they be competitive enough in their prices that those retailers will want to contract with them, because they're going to have enough volume that they're going to have a pretty substantial retail plan. It's not like with us, 20 to 30 a year. We're like, if it wasn't for YouTube, that would be pretty difficult for us.
Yeah.
Locally, that would be pretty hard. Not to say that there's not producers that are doing that, but we'd have a much different retail plan if we didn't have YouTube. So are they going to be able to be competitive enough at the scale that they're hoping for and have access to markets? Because you can build a facility, you can buy the steers, you can work with feedlots. Like, that part's not as hard. Can you sell the product? And then staffing is going to be an issue, because it's an issue everywhere. and then
inspectors are another problem.
Yeah, getting USDA inspectors are super tough right now. I'd heard about a month ago from the head of our Department of Ag here in Wyoming that they haven't done a USDA inspector training since COVID happened. What was the other thing? There was another thing that
not that we're all down on it.
No.
More power to people.
Oh, the other thing I read, I just read the headline, so I did not read the article. So guilty of just reading the headline, was like you could build 50 smaller plants that could actually produce more animals per week than that one plant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and maybe it wasn't quite those numbers and stuff, but just that you could do a larger volume of smaller plants that would actually do more numbers.
Right. And of course, if Walmart or Sam's Club or Whole Foods or whatever starts getting involved, then they start controlling how cattle are raised.
Yeah.
And that's one of our biggest problems, is we've actually been in the situation where we could have contracted cattle to Whole Foods actually at one point. And it was like, we're going to tell you guys when you feed, how you feed, what time you feed, what mineral you put out, what salt you put out. We're going to regulate this, we're going to regulate that. And maybe I'm just stubborn or whatever it is, but it was like, I'm not going to play that game. We're going to raise our cattle, and that's our gig.
So not that it's a bad thing, and ranchers opening processing plants is great. Lots of small processing plants, like where we process, are owned by ranchers or people in the industry.
Yeah.
So it's not a new concept. It's just the scale at which they're doing it. There is some criticism that I think is valid. We'll see how it plays out.
I hope it works.
It's not going to solve. It doesn't solve anything for us today.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing that there's more processing, but the biggest thing that I've seen in all the articles is that the volume that they're going to do, they're going to have an uphill battle.
Yeah.
And they might have a lot of that stuff already worked out.
For sure. We've got about 10 minutes left here in the live stream. We're probably going to go over a little bit, so if you guys need to clear your schedules, feel free to do so. We are still digging through the old photo albums, and today, right now, we're going to take a look at our good friend Matt Fensel, who's actually in Chicago, Illinois, and has been his entire life. This guy actually grew up in the house across the alley that he lives in now, which is, if you put it on the ranch, it's from here to the shop. I mean, it's insane to me that think that people have lived their entire lives, and not like he's never been allowed off his block. I'm sure his mom allowed him to go in other places.
I mean,
but
our kids might have houses and raise their kids here.
they could, but I'm going to put them over the hill so I don't have to listen to them
Yeah.
or see them. Like, I mean, do you want them living in your backyard next door? If you need toilet paper, though, it works out great in Chicago. If you need toilet paper, stick your hand out your bathroom window, your neighbor hands you some, you're good to go.
Yeah.
So Matt has been around since we had about, I want to say, a couple thousand subscribers. Matt and I started talking through email. He had 9 million questions. This guy had questions about every single thing about ranching that I had ever heard of. He was asking me questions I had never even heard in my life. It actually got easier at one point where I told Matt, I said, you're just going to have to call me because my fingers hurt. Like, I can't keep emailing.
Yeah.
So Matt became...
Don't do that. Don't send Mike so many emails.
It doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Trust me, that ship has floated on by. But Matt then became our lead moderator once we started doing live streams. We said we need somebody here to kind of keep track of what's happening and what's going on. And Matt has been around since then. What many people don't know or may not know is that Matt was actually a Chicago police officer for a number of years. I can't remember how many exactly, but a lot of years until he retired. And oddly enough, the kid started out as a robber. At least I'm guessing this is a robber. It's either a robber or the Lone Ranger. I can't quite figure out who is in this picture.
I thought he said it was the Lone Ranger.
I figured, I just made it. I don't know what it is. It's like, where's Waldo in a Lone Ranger mask with a 6-shooter and tennis shoes. Not quite sure what's happening here, but Matt, man, you pulled this off. Whatever it is, you pulled it off. Obviously, his dad was a Chicago police officer, and this is Matt. It's his entire family. And Matt's the tall one. It took us a long time to figure that out. We were like, which one is Matt in this picture? And Matt is the big kid. So not surprising at all there. Moving right along, there's Matt. I don't know what year this picture was taken, but obviously kicking back, relaxing, watching some kids. Matt and his dad were actually partners for almost an entire 2 weeks on the Chicago Police Department until they were threatened to be separated or else shoot each other. So Matt's dad, Dennis, there hanging out with him in front of a Chicago Police patrol car. And I had to ask about this next picture and kind of figure out what was going on here. But this is a picture from the booking area in a Chicago Police Department where Matt and his dad had a co-op arrest on, I can't remember the guy's name, Matt told me, very happy to be arrested by a father-son team that fine day in Chicago.
That's weird.
Matt, of course, obviously one of the biggest cheerleaders for the channel, sitting right here where we are sitting today, holding a sign that says, "Did I roll my eyes too loud?" I think that sign's still around here somewhere,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it
Is it right over there?
Yeah.
There it is. So Matt, thank you very much for all that you do to support us and the channel. Matt actually has become my sounding board for a lot of things before I bounce it off you guys. A lot of times I'm thinking in my mind about, who's watching these videos, and a lot of times I go back to Matt and somebody who really doesn't know a whole lot about agriculture. He probably knows way more than he ever thought he would ever know in his entire lifetime, and that's our whole goal, is to educate people and show people where their food comes from. So thank you, Matt, for doing what you do. and what you did as a police officer in Chicago, Illinois. So thank you very much, sir. We're getting a little long in the tooth here. Should we just keep on going through some photos, or do you want to answer some questions, or what do you want to do?
Do we have more photos?
Oh, we got lots more. We still got William and Zach to get through. I've got some of my own here.
Yeah, you better do those.
All right,
they don't need to see our pictures. Let's make sure William and Zach pictures happen.
You want to do Williams and Zach? All right, let's take a look at this. This is our youngest moderator, William Dunn, who is down in Cheyenne, Wyoming, another Wyomingite. Did you know there's only a few states that actually use the ite? There's Wyomingites, there's New Hampshireites, and there's Wisconsinites, and those are the only three that use the ites. But anyway, William actually became a moderator through Matt. Matt was out looking for moderators, and we thought he was like a 70-year-old dude. We started talking to William, and nobody talked to him over the phone. We just talked to him through email. And would you be interested in being a moderator? You really like the channel, and
he's
nobody knew until well. Go ahead. Sorry.
He has more of an agriculture background than like Matt
had.
Of
course. Yeah, he's from Cheyenne. He's got an agriculture background. This is a picture of him as a little kid. I'm sorry, it's so small. It looks like he's roping a bull, probably at the fair or something like that.
That's a dummy.
I know it's a dummy, but it's still a bull. I'm going to give the kid credit, whatever. I don't know why these pictures are so small. For some reason, there's a Navy dude there at the rodeo. That you don't see very often, but either way, Mr. William Trade Dunn there. Also moving right along. Another picture here of William on a horse. Looks like he's at a fairgrounds. Might be the Cheyenne Fairgrounds, maybe. Yeah, so it was weird. Like first time we met William in person was at Ranch Roundup 2019.
Yeah.
And I had known that he was younger by that point. I think we figured it out somehow. But I remember I was like, "How old is this guy?" And Matt was like, "Oh, he's 20. I think he was 21 at that time." And we were like, "Oh, crap! Did we make a mistake here?" We did not. Trust me, William. You definitely made it through the probationary period, and we're very happy to have you here with us. William's another one that during live streams he will lay the hammer down.
Oh yeah.
He's one that he'll smack down people really quick. Cheyenne Frontier Days. There we go. Thank you, William. For sharing those pictures.
He's an old
as well.
soul. Grace is an old soul too. So
yeah,
we're raising one of those children.
Yeah, William he's definitely. I still think the kid should go be a weatherman. I'm almost sold on the idea that I could see him on like Channel 2 News saying, "Y'all watch out! There's a big old storm coming up from the left-hand side of this screen. It's going to move on down and cut through." I see it happening. I definitely see it happening. Don't know why, but yeah. So thank you, William. We do appreciate that. Let's move right along. Zach Hewitt is another one of our moderators, the last moderator we're going to feature tonight. Zach, I honestly don't remember how Zach kind of fell into this whole thing. Do you remember?
He won a FLIR.
He won a FLIR. That's right. Okay, so if you go back a few years, we actually, when I was in the military for search and rescue, we used to use forward radar, forward light infrared radar, I think is what it stands for. FLIR is the company that would put those out.
William says no.
But we used them on helicopters, and we'd be able to search for heat signatures throughout the desert or wherever I happened to be at that time. I got a hold of the company, and I said, "Hey, you know what? Here I am, find myself ranching in northeast Wyoming, but thermal imaging could actually really help us with ranching." And they sent me back a thermal imager that I was able to use during calving, and they also sent me one to give away. And
yeah, like. Not right away.
Not right away, no.
Yeah, but we did a giveaway with FLIR.
Yeah, they gave us a actual FLIR that plugged into your phone.
Moderators don't get paid.
Jason, that's funny. Don't give them ideas, man. Anyway, and this will show you how much they get paid, because this story, it really...
They get a discount at the farm store.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a sucker. I'd charge them twice as much. Zach won this FLIR, and it plugged into your iPhone. Great. This guy down in Colorado won it. Cool, whatever.
Yeah, and he'd been commenting and stuff. Like when I was like,
oh,
I like him.
Yeah, we like that guy. Yeah. So we sent him the FLIR, which I had here.
It was just a little box, about the size of like a phone box.
Yeah, got an email back that said, "Is this a joke?" No. What are you talking about? Is this a joke? the box was empty. I sent the guy an empty box.
We didn't know.
Fleer sent me an empty
Yeah,
box.
sent us an-
And I sent him an empty box. So Zach was like, I don't know, do I say something? Like, what's going on here? So literally they get paid nothing. They get paid an empty box. Ask Jeff. He'll tell you how much he gets paid around here. So anyway, I contacted Flair and I said, hey, I don't know how to prove this to you guys or what, but you sent me an empty box. Flair was really cool about it. They were like, no, it's fine. We'll send you. It was like $400 for this thing. And they sent me another one and I sent it on to Zach.
It must have been like
I felt bad, kind of. And I
it
was
must
like,
have been a display model or something.
I don't know.
Like
It was
at a
so
store.
goofy. But anyway, after that, then Zach and I got to talking. I said, hey, by the way, do you have anything to do on Sunday nights? And he was like, no, not really. I kind of just sit around. He's like, why don't you come to live streams and you can help Matt out and basically give Matt even more of a break. Matt's really working on just not doing a damn thing. In fact, eventually we'll just end up taking his little blue wrench away and he'll just become one of you guys once again. So that's the story about how Zach landed where he landed and how he ended up with a FLIR thermal imager for his iPhone and almost
Zach,
didn't.
Zach has horses. Zach has cows.
Right. He buys hay.
Yeah,
he feels
just-
my pain.
He buys more expensive hay than we do.
He does. He buys way more expensive hay than we do. So thank you very much, Zach, for all that you do, including buying all the expensive hay.
His
Karen
kid
asked,
is super helpful at Ranch Roundup, like,
Zach is?
and his son.
Oh, of course, yeah. Those guys,
Yeah.
they're beasts. So
Yeah.
we have to pay Mike. No, that's other people. Karen asked when Yoda's due date. So goats have a gestation of 150 days. So sometime in March, we're figuring mid-March is what I was told. So yeah, Christy.
She's barely pregnant,
yeah,
right? Like
she's
she'd
barely
only been
pregnant,
exposed
yeah.
a couple weeks before you got her, right?
Yeah, just a few. She was in with a buck when I pulled her out.
So I mean, I guess technically we don't know. She hasn't been ultrasounded or anything. Like we technically don't know if she's pregnant.
Very true. We'll just have to watch and see if she grows.
Maybe she won't be pregnant.
Also, if you do get a chance, as long as we're promoting everybody, Zach Hewitt, if somebody can throw up a link to Zach's Instagram. Zach is a hell of a photographer, and he's got some great photos up there. And I think he's on it. I think he's selling prints, if I remember right. Or if he's not, tell him he should be, because he definitely should be. And Zach's a great photographer. He does a lot of photography for us at Ranch Roundups. In fact, a lot of the footage that you guys see in the videos of Ranch Roundup is actually Zach and him out getting the shot that he needs. He actually was our drone pilot for drone theater at our last Ranch Roundup, where we had a little theater set up. People could watch Zach take them out for a tour. With the drone. I never got to sit in on one of those. Were those any good? Did you get to see one?
I don't know what I did at Ranch Roundup.
You don't know what you did?
It started and it was over.
It went fast. It went really fast.
That's how I feel. It started and then it was over. Lincoln had a meltdown in the sales barn.
I missed that. He did?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I missed that completely.
He's tired. tired kid.
So we've got a couple more photo albums to go through, and if you guys would like us to push forward, since this is the rollback day and we're moving back an hour, we got a little bit of extra time here to play with. Aaron's got to make a tater tot casserole.
It's in the oven.
Oh, really? Is it
So you
cooking
have
right
about
now?
10 minutes.
I got about 10 minutes.
8 minutes.
So I have two more photo albums set up. One is mine, and the other one is Mike and Erin together. So I'll let you guys decide. If you want to see those, just let us know, and we'll definitely pull
Play
those
yours.
up. Otherwise,
You did mine. You do yours.
I'll do mine. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's just get started.
Yeah, do it.
All right.
Wait, are we waiting for something?
I don't know, a drum roll, I mean, something. Ever since my mom always told me that even when I was a little kid, I was infatuated with my feet. I don't know why.
That's weird.
I know Erin hates feet,
So gross.
This is a match made in heaven. Yeah, for some reason, I don't suck on my toes anymore, but apparently I did at some point.
Well, we all do.
We all do?
Well, I mean, all three of our kids put their feet in their mouth.
Well, yeah, but like, that's just odd.
Did you play Zach's?
I did. Oh no, I didn't do Zach. I skipped
Oh my
Zach.
God, we just started talking.
We started talking about Zach, and then we moved on. We're gonna come back to Zach. Sorry, Zach. My
Jeez.
God. Oh, I lost my brain.
I was confused. I was thinking that you didn't play it, but I was just like, well, maybe I was just reading comments and not paying attention.
We weren't paying attention at all. Sorry about that, Zach. You're not getting out of it that easy. If I have to do this, you have to do it too. So this was, I don't even know what grade this was, but apparently my collar was in competition with Jeff's for that weekend because it's huge. as well. I don't know. That
Probably
must have
was
been my
an early
70s,
80s or
early
something.
80s collar, maybe. Yeah, no doubt. There I am again, probably a couple of years later. Nice.
You look
nice.
like Lincoln.
I do look like Lincoln. Now, this was my high school graduation picture. Now, this one I always like to point out because it's the silk shirt days of the 90s, the mid-90s even, where everybody had a silk shirt. I don't know why.
I remember those too.
Yeah, I don't know why. I remember as a high school kid being like, I need to buy silk shirts.
It was the thing.
Grunge came right after that. So we went from silk to flannel, and apparently Bud Light picked up on that and put that in their drinks. So
Yeah, look at all the hair you had.
I know I had lots of hair back then. I don't know when it started going away. This was actually
I was gone by then.
it was getting there. This was one of the very first, and flannel. See, I went from silk to flannel. This was one of the very first pictures that was taken here on the ranch. This was Tiny. Remember Tiny?
Yeah.
Tiny's still out there, part of the herd, and was not really a premature cat. Was it premature?
Yeah.
Tiny was premature, that's
Yeah.
right. But
It was one of those nice warm March days.
yeah, exactly. And I don't know what the next picture is. Oh, it's one of the kids. It's probably Mackenzie, would be my guess. You think?
Probably.
Probably. I would guess. It's
Okay,
probably
play
Mackenzie.
Zach's.
All right, then we're going to roll right out of that. We're going to roll into Zach's because it makes me feel good about myself. Okay. So, why is it not working? There we go. All right, Mr. Zach Hewitt, the little blonde-headed. I mean, that's an afro. I mean, that's something. Holy smokes! I don't know what year this was, but the tennis shoes, the sweats, and the flannel.
No, that's not sweats.
Oh no,
Those are-
stonewash jeans.
They're acid wash jeans.
Acid wash jeans. Oh my gosh.
Had to be 80s.
Early 80s.
Yeah.
Mid 80s.
Well, I had 80s. Like, I had acid wash jeans like in the 90s.
Did they come back?
I don't know, maybe that's from the 90s.
It could be the 90s. We don't know. We never know. I think this is Zach and his wife.
Oh, I would assume.
I would hope so, but you never know. And Zach, I don't know where this picture was taken, but wherever, they're very smiley and very tan.
I'm sure they're on vacation.
Yeah.
I would assume they're on vacation.
Is that the only time you smile? Sometimes. Not smiling. So we have smiling
Very serious.
and very serious.
It's like
Zach.
a real estate picture.
Maybe Zach sold real estate. I think I've seen that face on one of those little signs in front of the houses. I think I've pretty much seen that. And then of course I had to throw this one in. This picture I love because somebody took this picture of Zach at Ranch Roundup, and I can't remember which year. But
That was probably this year.
you think so?
Yeah.
I think this is the one that they put online, and the only comment from Zach was, "That's not a very flattering angle." It creeps up and gets all of us, man. I don't know. I can't help it, but
Nobody
It does.
looks good from that angle.
nobody ever from down and to the left.
And when
never
you're
works.
with your chin down,
Yeah.
no, nobody ever looks
Not
good.
gonna work well for anybody. Thank you very
That's
much.
just
Zach.
what you look like, Zach. I mean, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. That's all we can do for you. We tried. Oh, that's funny. This year. Oh, that was this year. Maybe that wasn't the.
I said that was this year.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Okay, I thought it was year prior. I can't remember. I can't keep anything straight. Again, it all blends together.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We've got just a couple minutes before we got to go take tater tot casserole
Yeah.
out of the oven. And is Jeff going to eat with us?
Sure.
This is Jeff's last meal on the ranch for a while, so I hope he enjoys it. It's good. I don't know. I don't know if he likes
Tater tot
tater tot.
casserole.
I was tuna fish
Jeez, man,
casserole.
the seltzers really did you in.
They did. All right, moving back into another quick photo album. This was when we first started dating. Do you remember this picture?
You look miserable.
We just started dating. I should have been a lot happier at that point. I don't know what was going on. Maybe I knew deep in my soul that Bud Light was going to come up with a flannel flavored seltzer. And it was just bothering me so much. Wedding picture.
Yeah.
That was a few years later, a year later, something like that.
A couple years later, yeah.
A couple years later. This was a honeymoon picture. See, there's happiness.
Yeah.
At the medieval times in Clearwater, Florida. Watching guys beat the crap out of each other with sticks.
Again, in Florida.
In Florida, honeymoon. This was I went back and looked. This was one of our very first thumbnails that we took for a live stream.
Okay.
But I like this picture. Your hair is really red.
Red, yeah.
Very red in this picture. I don't know how that happens because your hair changes color all the time.
I know.
It's amazing. And I don't know what the last picture is. Oh, Devil's Tower.
Oh, my hair's still red.
See, it must have been the same year. I have no idea. But there you go. So
I did have red hair for quite a while.
You did. You had blonde hair for a while. You had a driver. I was trying to find your driver's license where you had blonde hair, but I couldn't find it. That wasn't very. You had a very short blonde hair.
I was like in my early 20s.
Okay.
Yeah.
It didn't last very long.
No.
Do blondes have more fun?
I wasn't that blonde.
You have to be really
I had
blonde
some
to have more
blonde
fun.
highlights. Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, William Dunn laying the smack down. See, look at that. William Dunn doing his job. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. We really do appreciate it. Tater Tot Casserole is calling my name, and it's calling Jeff's name, so we're going to work our way out of here. But we do appreciate you guys hanging out with us and being a part of everything that we do here, whether it's in the past, present, or the future, which we hope continues on for 6-7 months at least. I don't know. I don't know how to move on.
There'll be a video on Wednesday.
Yeah, there we go. Let's just go week by week. That'll work. I had a comment
Day by
today.
day, just day by day.
You know, Mario comments all the time on our videos.
Mario.
And has been for
Who's
years.
Mario?
He's a guy.
Okay.
He comments on our videos. And he said he commented on today's video, and he said, "I remember when you had 3 videos a week." And I read that, and it hurt. I was like,
we have
oh
2
my
videos
gosh.
a week.
Yeah, but 3 videos a week. Oh my gosh, I couldn't imagine doing that. So, guys, I do appreciate you guys hanging out with us.
I did. I read that comment too. I was like, well, you still do 2.
Yeah, but it's not 3.
I mean, during the vlog, during April, you have 1 every day.
I know. I thought about that too. I was like, I'd do 7 a week in April. So
I bet it still averages out to about the same number of videos per year.
it probably does. April is rough though, so stick around for that. Thank
Maybe.
you guys. What's that?
Maybe.
Maybe. We shall see. So thank you guys very much. I do have one last request before we cut you loose for the day, and you're going to see this come up in probably Monday's newsletter as well. Veterans Day is coming up on the 11th here in just 4 days, and if you have a picture of yourself, your mom, your dad, whatever you would like in uniform is what I'm looking for. We're going to do a Veterans Day post on Facebook and Instagram, a collage of subscribers' photos.
I can only post so many pictures. Do you realize
a collage.
that? Okay.
One picture with multiple pictures.
They limit how many pictures
They might
you
be
post.
this big depending on how many I get. But it's going to be one picture, a collage, Our Wyoming Life celebrates Veterans Day.
All right.
Pictures of yourself in uniform, pictures of your family in uniform, whatever you would like to do. Feel free to send me those pictures either through Facebook if you can.
No, don't. No, you can't
No?
send them through Facebook. You
Okay,
need to
never-
email them.
Oh, email them to me. Feel free to email them to me.
Do not send them to 37 different places.
Send them to one place.
We will never find them all.
All right. Mail at ourwyominglife.com. Send your picture there, and you will be included in our Facebook post on Veterans Day, celebrating Our Wyoming Life veterans
And Instagram.
and Instagram. So
Maybe we'll put it on the community tab.
well, yeah, we could do that too. So feel free to send us your pictures. I would really appreciate it. I think this would be a great thing to be able to put all that together. Your kids, yourself, your parents, whatever you find one on Google if you want to. If
Are you
want
going to put yourself in the center, like big?
No.
And then put everybody
No,
around
you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to put myself really tiny somewhere and be like, where's Mike? And see if people can find me. I'll be wearing a striped shirt just like Matt did, and I'll have a mask on with a 6-shooter. So thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thanks for being a part of Our Wyoming Life, and of course being a part of Beyond the Ranch. If you're not subscribed, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Follow along as we continue to explore the ranch life and escape the ordinary every single week right here on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Check out Erin on
Yeah.
TikTok.
Yeah.
And all the good things. So you seem like you have something you want to say.
Apparel sale ends tonight at midnight.
Oh yeah, if you're looking to buy some Our Wyoming Life apparel, 15% off on the website right now. So
Order your stuff early. Supply chain, shipping. I mean, you guys know it's a disaster. So-
Exactly.
And we're going to have holiday gift boxes and a few other things coming soon. We're
yeah,
waiting.
and
on-
a sale over.
There'll be a Black Friday sale,
Friday sale.
on our website.
Yep. So
But order early. We are running low on certain flavors of jerky. Some stuff's going to sell out. And yeah, so that you get it in time for Christmas, make sure you order early.
Exactly. And thank you to our moderators, Matt Fensel, Lori Habel, William Dunn, Bill the Tractor Man, and Zach Hewitt. And thank you for the pictures, guys. We really do appreciate it. Thank you for being a part of everything that we do. Guys, have a great night. We'll see you next time right here. Well, not right here. We'll see you next time on our Wyoming Life. Thanks, guys.
Where are we going to be?
Well, on a different channel.
Oh.
This is Beyond the Ranch.